Hi guys, okay, so I'm making a mermaid cake, which is a cake I've made before. It's going to be on a rock, and I've just covered this with fondant, and now I'm going to be using different things to make different textures on the cake. It's going to take me a couple of days to make this cake, but once it's done I'll keep you guys updated. It's very beautiful. So we use things like this or tin foil. Mine is just purple in color, and we scrunch it up and then we push into the fondant and we create right over these little indents that we made with the brush to make it look like a rock. Okay guys, so you know there's a lot of different techniques to make something look like a stone, and I'm just playing around with it. It's not scientific. I think the best is a sponge. I always buy new sponges like this and just destroy them. That's what I do. I think for a year actually my father had bought me a different type of sponge that he found. This is pearl sheen. Oh my gosh. This is like a goldish color. It's very messy. Don't look at it. And yeah, so let's see. I think the best method of dry brushing is with a brush, but let's see. I mean, yeah, different textures of this color, and I think this color will do the trick. Yeah. Ooh, and you know what? It looks nice and sea-like. Ooh, I like this. Okay, back in a flash. Okay guys, now we're going in with some green paint, just food coloring paint, because I want to make the rocks look like they're covered in algae and like it's growing on one side. See, just like that. And towards the bottom and halfway up the side, just to make it look pretty. See, like little splotches with a really hard bristle brush goes a long way. Okay guys, well I've sat and painted and painted and painted, and it's left quite an ugly rim, but I do like the effect as if a wave keeps splashing on it and mesmerizing it. So what I'll do, I will just look, you could clean this bottom off, but I think a little bit of buttercream, make a line just all the way around, just like that. And I love tools like this. You get them at art supply stores. It's like a tiny cement scraper, and I just sort of butter this section. Oh, you can't see me. This section, I know that it's literally on the rim of the cake board, but still I want it to just look like a little piece of floating art, you know, like it's every inch of it is covered in a decoration, everything. Now there's a grocery store right next to my shop, and I'm too lazy to go buy brown sugar, so quick hack: white sugar, vanilla essence. See, all you have to do is stir it around. You just literally just stir it around. This doesn't make brown sugar, but what it does is it makes a brown colored sand-like consistency. And this is really like wet sand now. So when you pack it on there, it's going to stay on there, and it's going to stick on there because it's got that little bit of moisture from the vanilla essence, but it's not enough to melt the sugar or anything like that. You see that I've just mixed it and it looks like sand. So what you do from this point, get yourself like a little tray, because this can be really messy. Park it underneath the cake. Let me just turn you guys in the right direction. And you can literally just start to sort of spoon it onto the edge. I like to pat it down a little bit. See that? And that looks like cute beach sand. And whatever falls off the board falls onto this tray. See that? It's already caught it. Why must you stress? Now this is a decorating tutorial. Of course, if you want to see how I made the actual cake, you would have to just request that, and the number of requests must just outweigh the other number of comments, and I will show you a step by step. But guys, it's quite literally covering fondant, covering a cake that's been cut in odd shapes with buttercream and fondant, and then pressing on the design. But I love how this looks like such realistic sand, and it stays in place because it crystallizes after a while. So there you have it. Okay, so the whole thing now has beach sand around it, and it's really, it's actually like teetering right on the edge. Okay guys, well I have this doll, but look at this hair. Who was in charge of cutting this? Oh, that's irritating. Anyway, so I'm just using what I've got, guys, which is a piece of fondant which is like grayish, pinkish. I'm just using it, rolling it out on my table. Yeah. And just matching it up to the body. See, I've left the middle sort of thick. Just take a scissor, cut it where you feel. I'm just rounding it off. I would say this is her top angle, because she's going to go through like this. Yeah, this is pretty cool already. Okay, let me get her on here. She looks normal. Ooh! Okay guys, so this is the doll that I have, okay, for the top. So what I've done is I've just pre-rolled like a silver tail. It's thicker at the bottom than it is at the top. I've made sure all the holes line up. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. She can have her arms resting on the top of the cake like this. Let me just turn her towards you guys. So for her tail, I just used one of these cutters. You can use a circle, whatever you want, but I have this awesome veining tool as well, just to make the fins more fin-like. See, they come out so super awesome. Let's give her fins. Because this is still wet. So, okay you guys, you just stretch it a little bit, because she looks athletic, like she's going to be swimming a great distance. If you're really not happy with the stripes, the way they've come out, a society stick would work just well, just perfectly, to add in some more stripies. And now I've mixed some pearl color with some pink, and I'm just painting her with a shiny pearly pink color. The silver at the bottom really makes this stand out, I've noticed. Anyway, she's pretty. Look how pretty she is, guys. She doesn't want to turn into a human, she wants to stay a fish. She's like, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. You paint her arms accidentally. It's fine, guys. See what the combination of colors now. This is more like a piece of art now than anything. Oh, I love that. So I need to remember gray base, pearl and pink coat. So I've rolled out some green fondant, you guys, and I have a cutter that can make these cute little, look, I think that's a bit thick. So take a scissor, cut it in half, and you just twist that. And because our cake is still wet from us painting it, it will stick. See that? That's why I enjoy using paint, food coloring like paint, because it gives you, like, you know, options. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 days for something to dry. You can do it all in one day, you know. And then you just twist and stick. Now, of course, if yours has dried, okay, you can always use the paintbrush method. A tiny bit of water, very small amount of water. Don't overdo the water, because water has a tendency to melt fondant. Fondant. Oh my god, guys, there's fondant here. That is so amazing. There's someone screaming. Okay. Sorry if that was offensive. I just remember someone saying the way I say fondant is funny. So see what I'm doing. Cutting it. Sticky notes. See. Now here where it's grown some more, like there's greenery up here as well. Oopsie. So there's greenery. Damn it. Sorry. So there's greenery up here. Well, you know what else also works? This is alcohol. It temporarily moistens the surface, and you know what? It's like antibacterial as well. But you can just use water as well, you know, but not as much as I've sprayed. Like a little, just a little dry brush of water should stick it in place. Otherwise, you know, don't worry too much about it. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead. I can see this side of the cake has dried quite a lot. It's lost its gloss. Well, we want it to dry. We don't want it to stay a wet mess. It's going to take a couple of days, but I like the second I wet it down, the different colors melt into each other. That's quite nice. I have a bigger cutter here to make bigger pieces or strips, and you can just cut them. Cutting them out with a pizza roller saves you a lot of time. And you just do the twisty twist. And you see that? It sticks just in place. If it comes loose, stick it again. What was that? Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I don't want to do too much green. Okay, you see that. So now I've got a couple of mermaid tails which have dried. I'm just going to dry brush them with a tiny bit of the pink and pearl color that we found earlier, so that they are shimmery and shiny. I didn't bother to do a pattern on her tail. I don't know why. I don't feel like it, to be honest. Anyway, we can do 2 of them. Okay, we can do 1 of them because this one broke. Okay. So I also have some seashells that we can stick on a little bit of buttercream, little handful of buttercream. We can do a couple of seashells down here. Okay. And you can just have fun with it. But that's just how I do it. You know, with the little seashells. There's this cute little thing. Should I just add him? He looks shocked to be out of the water. There we go. He's out. Okay, I think the last thing we need is glitter. Sorry guys, I almost forgot. Mermaids lay eggs. They do not give birth. So I've got some multicolored pearls here. And I was just thinking they can go right down here in the sand or up here. Why do mermaids climb onto rocks? Does anyone know? Well, it's so that they can give birth. Okay. They are their babies. Okay. And now we are adding glitter on her tail to make it sparkly. I love this glitter. It's divine. Look at that. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.